What is going on, you guys? AK40 Kevin here in the Gamer Heaven. Today we're going to be comparing two of the most popular Xbox Series S and X, as well as Xbox One and PC headsets. The Razer Kairas and the Stealth 700 Gen 2 from Turtle Beach. Now, I will say both of these headsets are absolutely phenomenal, and I do not think you'll be disappointed with either. I do have comprehensive reviews of each of these that will be linked in the description below if you want to get a little bit more detailed information and the whole unboxing process on each of these. Now, I have broken this comparison into separate categories or sections here, so we can give a fair comparison as both of these do shine in different aspects. Alrighty boys, over here at the Stormtrooper Desktop. If you are new to the channel, this is where we do our unboxings as well as custom controller and PC builds and a whole bunch of other fun stuff. So, we have the boxes here. We are going to start out with the packaging as well as the included accessories. Now, why is the packaging important? Well, primarily not just for a pretty box and whatnot, because we do like a pretty box, boys, but also how well these are packaged. So is there any laser cut foam in there, holding these in place for the journey so they're not getting all bumped up and bruised up in transportation? And then also, of course, the included accessories. That includes things like instruction manuals, charging cables, replacement ear cups maybe, stuff like that. So, the Stealth 700 Gen 2 by Turtle Beach. Box looks real pretty and whatnot, opens up like a book, not that I know how to read. And you do have a little bit of foam here in the top, but just some basic egg carton cardboard right there. You do have two pieces of literature in here, an instruction manual and a warranty card. And then you'll have a very, very short, probably about 1.5, maybe 2 foot USB-C cable, not braided or anything like that. Really nothing special, just a little parts bin special. It is labeled Turtle Beach on the end there. A little just basic USB-C connector. Now what should be included in here with both of these suckers is the adapter to be able to use these on PC. I think that is absolutely unacceptable, considering my headset from 3.5 years ago comes with a nice little sleek dongle that fits inside the ear cup, tiny little dongle, and allows me to use this on PS4, 5, or PC. And they also have a version that's for Xbox One and Series and PC. And this is included with the headset, as where Razer's new headset and Turtle Beach's new headset, you are expected to pay an extra $25 for a dongle that's about this long and will stick off the front or back of your PC tower, ugly. When you're paying $100 and $150 respectively for these two headphones, that's not okay. Alright, so on the Kaira over here, packaging is also quite beautiful, as Razer packaging generally is. And they do include more stuff in here. So obviously you have a full color instruction manual that I prefer over the Turtle Beach ones. You have some stickers, not really important, but you do get a 10-foot braided USB-C cable. This is just a better cable. It's longer, it's braided, more flexible, has a rubber tie back. So because of that, and also the packaging itself does have some foam in the bottom there, and the headset was also wrapped up in a kind of a dust cover. So better packaging on the $50 cheaper headset. So packaging and included accessories goes to the Razer. Now let's talk a little bit about value or pricing. These are $100. There's also the Kaira Pros. The only difference with the Kaira Pros is they have RGB. They do Bluetooth, which I always say, never, ever, ever use Bluetooth for gaming. Bluetooth is good if you want to link them up to your cell phone to listen to music or take a call. Bluetooth is a terrible means of data transfer. In comparison to something like a dedicated 2.4 gigahertz connection, like what you get with a console or a PC generally, Bluetooth is very slow. You will see noticeable input delay or lag where you press a stick and then noticeable milliseconds later your character makes the movement. Not to mention there is connectivity issues where it will drop. It's not as consistent as that 2.4 gigahertz connection. So I wouldn't get the Kaira Pros. I would save the $50 and just get the Kairas, because you're probably not going to connect these Bluetooth to your phone and walk around the gym with some lime green gaming headset with a boom arm, you know, like, that's probably not what you're gonna do. You might though, I don't know you, you might do that. Alright, so moving right along to supported platforms. These are both playable, these are both usable on the Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, as well as Windows 10 if you get that $25 adapter. These do have Bluetooth, excuse me. So in essence, you should be able to connect these as a Bluetooth device to the PlayStation. However, they do not recognize them. I tried it multiple times, probably because it's a license a Microsoft product. They don't play well together, Sony and Xbox. On the playground, they put gum in each other's hair and they slap each other on the tuchus. They don't play well together. So as for build quality, I gotta say the Turtle Beach 700 Stealth 2s here, they just feel a lot more durable. They have this aluminum head strap extension here. There's a nice weight or resistance to swiveling the ear cups. The ear cups themselves feel like they're a lot higher quality dense foam. Even the microphone flipping out feels a little bit more solid. As we're on the Razers, they do feel like very, very cheap plastic. As you see, it's just plain plastic in here, some plain cheap plastic in here. The whole body has a really cheap plasticky feeling. They're comfortable, don't get me wrong. We have comfort in another section of the video here, but as far as just build quality, I don't foresee these really withstanding multiple drops or anything like that, and they just feel kind of cheap and chintzy, you know, like this. There's like zero resistance when swiveling the ear cups and whatnot. So that's unfortunate. All right, next up is the comfort. These are both incredibly comfortable. However, I will say that the Turtle Beaches over here are just a skosh more comfortable, but the real difference comes down to the ear cups and the clamping force. So the ear cups on these ones here are better for moisture wicking and whatnot, so your ears don't get hot or sweaty, which is great. However, the actual material doesn't feel too velvety and smooth on your actual ear flesh, boys. Also, the headband here does feel good, but it doesn't feel as good as the Turtle Beaches over here. Now, the Turtle Beaches are freakishly comfortable. They do clamp your head a little bit taut, which is great though. Like it's really hard to like shake these off or anything. That's the first headset I've ever done the shake test like that, and they haven't just like flung off my head because I have a really small head, tiny brain as well. But yeah, these are insanely comfortable, and my ears never got hot or sweaty. I played with these consistently for about 4 or 5 hours, streaming from my Xbox Series S, and had no issues. These are kind of a dual layer. You have kind of a pleather or leatherette on the outside, which is kind of going to seal in the sound, and then you also have a cooling gel infused inner ear cup that has memory foam in it. So, I mean, and then also the headband strap as well, super squishy, and these just feel insanely comfortable. They're both comfortable, don't get me wrong. I've had no issues with my ears getting hot, too much clamping force on my temples, the ear cups digging into my ears or anything like that, but I will say the Turtle Beaches are noticeably, to me, more comfortable. All right, moving right along to the sound quality. How do they sound? So I did play with these on the Xbox Series S extensively. I did go through all of the equalizer settings, all of the application settings for the different audio effects on board and whatnot, and they both sound very, very good. However, the Kairas over here actually sound better, which is surprising considering these are $100 and the Turtle Beaches are $150. So these do both rock 50mm drivers. Of course, they have some marketing gimmick name behind them. The Razers have the Triforce Titaniums, and then the Turtle Beaches over here are called the Nano Clear. You gotta have a marketing gimmick name. But anyway, they do both sound really well. I will say the bass response is a lot more rich and full. On the I keep wanting to call them the Naris because I have the Razer Naris over here. The Kairas, they sound more rich and full-bodied. The mids also sound a little bit more beefy and not as hollow or tinny. Highs were also a little bit crisper too. So just generally the entire frequency band sounded more natural and clear out of the Kairas over here, which is surprising considering they're $50 cheaper. And also, I am going to have a separate video for each one of these directly because I know there's a lot of owners of these headsets out there, and I've searched the interwebs and, you know, Google's little video platform here, YouTube, and I haven't really found any good tutorials as to the proper settings to get the best sound out of these bad boys. And I mean settings in the applications for each of these, and then also in your Xbox settings, kind of messing with Windows Sonic and some of the Xbox surround sound features as well. But I will say, in my preferred modes, bass boost for the Kairas, and I think it was called Turtle Beach Signature for the Turtle Beaches. That's what sounded the best for me, with Windows Sonic on for both of them. But the Kairas sounded better, so. And louder as well. They sounded louder. There was never any distortion with either of them at 100% volume. I played with them for a while at 100% volume, and neither of them get like crazy loud at 100. You're not going to be like flinching at gunshots or anything like that. But the Kairas do get louder. So you're going to want to actually play these at about 70 or 80%, as where you can play comfortably at 100% with these all day, and you'll probably crave a little bit more volume out of them. Next up is the microphone. I will insert a little clip here of the microphone test with both of these headsets here. All right, guys, testing. This is with the Razer Kairas. The Razer Kairas. Testing. Test. This is an audio check with the Razer Kaira. The Razer Kaira. How do I sound, boys? Could I stream like this? All right, this is with the microphone away from my mouth, and this is with it pushed in towards my mouth. This is pushed in towards my mouth, and this one is pulled away from my mouth. This is away from my mouth with the Turtle Beach headphones. They both sounded good enough to where I would feel comfortable streaming directly from the console without needing to have, you know, a freaking... needing to have some kind of a boom arm with a condenser mic or something like that. These sound good enough to where if I'm streaming directly from my console on my couch, they sounded good to me. Good enough. I didn't sound robotic or, you know, tinny, zero bass, which generally these kind of mics have. So while they do sound very good, both of them, I'm going to have to give it to the Turtle Beach over here because, just because of the fact you can flip up to mute. Now, if you have it in this kind of intermediate section, which it does have a notch for, nothing happens. It's still muted. You need to come all the way down, and then you can rotate it in or out like this. And I didn't notice pretty much any difference doing that, but I will say the microphone sounds just a skosh better on the Turtle Beaches, and also the fact that you can flip it up completely out of your way when you're not using it, and it's completely out of your peripherals. On the Kairas over here, these are not, this mic is not removable. Sometimes they pop out or something or retract in. This is always extended like that. So what you can do when you're not using it, as it is very flexible, is just bend it like that. But for me personally, I can still see this out of my peripherals. And, you know, when you're gaming, you're staring at the screen. It's not super distracting, but when you think about it and you notice it out of the corner of your eye, you're like, that's in my peripherals. It's kind of annoying, so that's frustrating. But I do also like the fact that they include this removable pop filter or wind condom, I guess you could call it. It's a pop filter, but that's kind of cool. I don't know why you would ever take that off. You kind of want to keep that on there to get rid of the harsh pops in your P's and also in your S's. Looks are completely subjective, but I do have to say, hands down, no comparison, appearance-wise, the Turtle Beaches here. They're black and silver. I praise to Turtle Beach for not slathering lime green in them because they're a Microsoft product, just like when people plaster blue. Manufacturers put blue all over their peripherals because they're PlayStation exclusives. For example, these Kairas over here. Now, what you can do is the ear cups are removable on these bad boys, so you can just pop these off like that. And get some all black ones. I will have those linked in the description below if you do have these headphones. Both these headphones are linked in the description below if you want to check them out, as well as the ear cups, like I had mentioned. But, yeah. And then as far as the headband here, you're kind of stuck with this because if you spray paint it, which I wouldn't really advise doing, you're going to have that smell of paint on there. Not to mention this is soft fabric, so it's going to wear off by rubbing your hair over time. So you could remove this section here and just use some kind of a fabric dye on it, but that's so much work, it's almost not even worth it. So you're just going to kind of have to suck up that lime green, which is unfortunate. And I just think that the Steel Series, I just think that the Turtle Beaches look a whole heck of a lot more handsome. And also, the drivers in there. Look at how kick-ass those drivers look as compared to that. Now, granted, nobody's really going to see the drivers, but you know when you look in there that your drivers look like that. I mean, come on, sister. Now, the ear cups are also removable on the 700 Gen 2s, and I like the way they come off easier, too. These ones, you have to, getting them off is pretty easy, but getting them back on, you have to start one end and basically wedge this little fabric in there. These ones have little snaps on them, as you can see, and you just... Oh, I'm sorry, sweetie. And you just pop them in like this. That's awesome. You can get replacement ear cups for both of these headsets. I'll have them linked in the description below in case you have a headset and they get dirty or lost or something like that. So next up, guys, while I put this ear cup back on here, this might take a while. So next up, and this is a huge, huge, huge section of this review. This is almost make or break, to be honest, and that is the software support. So, you know, the headset itself is the hardware. How does the actual software, so the program that lets you control all the features for the microphone and the audio effects, how does that work? Well, I am so glad that you asked. You've come to the right place, sister. So, on the Razer, it is an application built into the Xbox that you can quickly and easily switch to. It is a very easy to navigate application, and again, it's in the Xbox. Turtle Beach has the worst, one of the worst, no, it's the worst, application I've ever used for a peripheral. It is on the cell phone, not your Xbox. And you have to disconnect via the 2.4 gigahertz connection, turn on Bluetooth to your phone to make your settings, then repair over to the Xbox via 2.4 gigahertz. The app crashes. Half the time it doesn't even launch. It has a 2 out of 5 star reviews. It has a 2 out of 5 star ranking out of, I think it was 700 reviews on the iOS. And I think Android store, the Apple or the Google Android store is probably very similar. It's bad. It is not good. And the fact that you have to link to your phone via Bluetooth and back to your console, and even the app itself did not have the same controllability or features as the Razer over here. I always say there are 3 core aspects to any kind of gaming peripheral, whether that's keyboard, mouse, controller, headset, anything, that make it a good value or not. And that would be 1, comfort. So a headset, how does it feel on your head? Because you're going to be wearing it a long time. Same thing with a controller. You're going to be holding it for hours. Same thing with a mouse. You're going to be holding it for hours. How does it feel on your hand or head? So comfort, both great here. Long-term durability and customer support. So is it going to last for you? And if it doesn't, is it going to be easy and free for you to replace it? And the third one is software support. So how is the hardware backed up by the software? How does the physical device get its features showcased or actually used by the program in your PC or your console? And it's good on the Razer. It's horrible on the Turtle Beach. So out of these 2 bad boys over here, which one do I choose? Neither. I choose my Razer Nari Ultimates over here that I've had for 3 years. Just kidding. No, but these are pretty badass. I've owned them for 3 years for a reason as my daily driver. But out of these 2 headphones here, because I know that is the title of the video and I don't want to clickbait anyone, I don't want to do any baiting to you guys of any kind. In my opinion, it's going to have to be the Razer Kairas over here, just because they're $50 cheaper. They come with better included accessories, more durable packaging. You do have 1 less year on the warranty. By the way, if you see a foggy, hazy glaze in here, I was just vaping, I apologize. Sound quality's better, which the most important things with a headset really would be like sound quality, comfort. They're both extremely comfortable. These are more comfortable and look prettier. They both have their selling factors. You know, it's almost a draw, but not really, because when you bring... Ooh, Razer's not sending me anything. Testing the durability, boys. Just testing the durability. No, but it probably would be a draw if the software suites, the applications, the programs that run in the Xbox were equal, but they're not. And that is a huge deal. This app is so bad and this one's so above average that I have to give it to the Razer. I mean, yeah, it's the Razer. The Razer is the winner. If this video was beneficial for you guys, kind of helped you to understand the pros and cons of each headset, maybe you're a current owner of one of these, they're both great headsets, or you're looking to purchase one of these and hopefully I was able to kind of sway you one direction or the other. I don't really think you'd be disappointed with either, but you just have to keep in mind you're going to be wanting to throw the Turtle Beaches really far when you're using the application. They are linked in the description below, as well as some replacement ear cups for both. Liking the video helps it to get seen by more people, so this information can reach and help them as well. Subscribe for more content like this. I do a lot of reviews around gaming peripherals, keyboards, mice, headsets, etc., as well as news in the gaming community and industry, as well as a lot of tutorials helping you get set up streaming and YouTubing, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.